In this week's Flash and Arrow, we got to meet Vandal Savage and continue setting up Legends of Tomorrow. Plus, a good deal more happened. So let's get started. I want to start off by telling Cisco that I told you so. If you'd have just listened to me, you wouldn't have got your heart broken. But I really, truly am sorry. I said it last week, but I did not want to watch this week's episode, specifically because I knew that at some point Cisco was going to get his heart broken. Because I know that Kendra wasn't going to stick around and stay with Cisco. Whether or not she's supposed to be with Carter or whether or not she has to be with Carter, that's a different story for a different day. But she is going to have to leave to go be on another show. And Cisco, after your heart heals a little bit, I know another girl who's a little interested in you. I also hate to burst your bubble, Felicity, but Oliver Queen Earth 2 is dead. Sorry. Also, he probably looked exactly the same. I typically do this at the end of the video, but because the past two nights have been so giving with the one-liners, that I thought I'd kind of start off with it. There were more in the Flash Hour than the Arrow Hour, because the Arrow Hour was substantially more intense than the Flash Hour. These were the episodes that just kept giving. However, I'm gonna have to break tradition a little bit, because I think this week's best line came from Thea. The Flash? Did I know we knew the Flash? We know the Flash. Okay. I didn't know we knew the Flash. Although, so that's like a tie, right? Is right up there. I don't know which one I like more. And then the conditioner line, which apparently was ad-libbed. So I know nothing about Velocity 9 in the comics, but the way Jay reacted to Velocity 6 makes me very, very nervous. He looked like he was in a touch bit of pain. So not much happened in the first hour, because it kind of set up the second hour, except at the very, very end of the first hour, we did learn one very important fact. Oliver knows that Oliver has a son. We had a pretty good inkling that Oliver had a son, but now we know for sure. Which then played out in the second episode, where Oliver confirmed that the kid was his, and then Oliver decided he wanted to have a relationship with this person, but at the same time, he didn't tell Felicity, and then he lied to Felicity, and then it screwed everything up, and then Barry traveled back in time, which kind of fixed part of the problem, but as we all know, nothing stays gone forever. Speaking of time travel, Barry time traveled again for like the third time, I think. I think it's the third time he's time traveled. And we know from previous experience that time travel doesn't exactly go well. Yeah, he stopped Cisco from dying last time, but he also ruined any chance he had with Iris at that time as well. And a myriad of other things happened. But in this episode, the time travel doesn't seem to have any significant consequences because he wound up saving everybody's life. But yeah, we'll see. And I'm sure it will have a consequence at some point. At least Barry tried to learn his lesson from the last time he accidentally time traveled, because he really tried not to let Oliver know all the kind of bad things that happened. However, because he knew about the second chance, he did manage to save everybody in Central City's life. So, I mean, it's one of those things. It's just a toss-up. Whatever. Next week's episode looks to be a far more fun affair for Flash fans, because it's going to deal with a lot more of the Flash mythos. The good news for all of you fans of just one show or the other, you didn't have to watch this episode, because with the exception of the whole Oliver Son thing, nothing really substantial happened for either of the shows. Like, characters really didn't move or advance in any way, shape, or form that you couldn't figure out by skipping this episode. Not that I would recommend skipping any episode, but thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.